Round 3 Mad Racing League, Laguna Seca. Here's my qualifying lap. You can see it's a smoky day in California. I've already been out off in the sand a couple times. You can see that on my windshield. Diving into turn 1, see, in VR I can look through to the left, actually look through my driver's side window to get that apex. Here we have the double rights, one after the other. You can cheat even more than I did on this one. Now we're gonna climb up the hill after this short little back straight. I missed the apex, understeer out wide, not good. This blind turn, scary. I did all right. Again, you want to somehow get that inside apex as you rotate the car. Very difficult to do. And then finally the corkscrew. I am very tentative through the corkscrew. There might even be half a second of pace there. Going down the hill, kind of this never-ending left, followed by this really fun, the camber helps you to the right. Unfortunately, this GT3 car approaches just at the wrong time, so I braked a little sooner than I wanted to, and then scoot up to the finish line. So this would have me place 8th, I believe, in qualifying. There's a little lock up to show you, you know, no ABS, you push it too deep, you'll get penalized. So anyway, here we go. Start of the race, Justin has pole position. We go on the leader, not on when the flag is green. Coming down into turn 1 with cold tires, cold brakes. If you look towards the back of the pack, you'll see some numpty totally screw everything up. Let's switch to his onboard. Oh, it's me. It's me. Now if you look on the left side of my steering wheel in the red C, red centigrade, you see 69, 86 or whatever. See that spike up? That's brake temperature. My brakes were so cold, I didn't even look. I pressed the pedal, but nothing was happening. And I just politely slid right into the back of the car in front of me. So switching to, I think this is Cody, switching to Cody Meadows, rear camera. You see me come in. I hit him, but as far as I could tell, he had no damage, no issue with his car. Switching to his onboard, that bit of contact to let a pass come through. There goes Aubrey. Oh, we have a mad car spin out to the right, and then he swoops it in here, and then he loses control. From that angle, I was like, oh, maybe I did damage his car. Now we'll switch to Matt Carroll behind. Watch the pink and white car to the left. You see him lose out on this position. He's going to miss the apex here. And then I think he's totally just in the suction zone, in the draft of the car in front, and he just oversteers off the circuit, or understeers off the circuit. Speaking of understeer, here's Cody. Oh, he still had the wheel cranked over with full throttle on. Once the diff hooked up some contact, or hooked up some grip, it just spun him around. Switching back to me, the back of all this pack. I let Chris Cable go by. I just passed Cody there, but you can see there's some damage to my car. This is not a circuit you want to have suspension or steering damage to. It's just too sensitive. Here's the first time through the carousel. Already the top 4 have got a gap. It's only been half a lap. It's been 45 seconds, but already we can see it's going to be one of those races. And then I'm coming through here trying to decide, do I pit? Is this damage bad enough? And I tried to, you know, fate decided for me. I can't even make the track decide, you know what, I might as well pit and get these repairs over with. I've got about 3 minutes of repairs, which is 2 laps. And during that time, here's Andrew. The LMP2s have caught the back of the pack of the GT3 AMs, and Andrew just runs that guy off the circuit. Here it is from that car's perspective. I think this is actually his fault. He didn't do a normal racing line. He thought that Andrew would swoop to the outside and instead blocks him. I think this is a better angle here. Watch that orange McLaren. doesn't follow the cars in front and ends up perfectly blocking Andrew. And then I think this is Chris coming through for a pass. So these are the two guys that I tangled with on my opening lap. All right, so here I am, finally exiting the pits, having had my repairs, and of course, I'm coming into traffic now too. Got cars to my right, cars in front of me. Again, I'm already a couple laps down, even to these GT3 cars, so I'm only going to do passes when I can do so cleanly. I'm not going to dive bomb. I'm not going to be aggressive on the GT3 cars. Same can't be said for the LMP2s on the lead lap. Here we have the wing camera on Michael Day. He's running in third here. This Porsche swoops back across. I think there's no one to blame here. I think that's just a function of the Porsche can't, he's got to be, you need a spotter. Basically, you need a spotter. There's too many cars going around. So here I am catching up to GT's traffic, but I'm not going to dive bomb them here on this turn. I'm going to wait until I can get them on the acceleration zone. So there are ways to pass people correctly, but you got to be patient. Unfortunately, the LMP2s have caught me, so they're lapping me again. Here I am trying to bail out of the way. I was right behind a guy, and I just thought, okay, let me give him all the space in the world. Meanwhile, here is Jerry's on board. He's in I think he's in the GT3 AM, and you can see me in his big digital mirror. So I flash my headlights if I'm going to make a pass, but when I do moves like that, it may confuse him because he's thinking, oh, am I going to dive bomb? So I come through here and I'm just thinking, listen, this is technically for position. I'm on the same lap as Jerry, but I'm going to wait for the straight. I'm not going to do anything. But I think he had his eyes on his mirrors. He's looking backwards thinking, oh, is he going to dive? Is he going to dive? So I should have told him what I was going to do. He apologized on the mic. He's like, no, man, that's all my fault. You had nothing to do with that. So here we go. Again, behind GT3s. These guys are racing for position, so I'm just not going to throw it in on them. I'm going to wait until the straight. Oh, but I get tagged. What the hell was that? We'll switch to the third-person camera, the chase camera on Matt Carroll. And you can see that, oh, here is the point of contact. He could have swooped harder out to the left. If you rewind it back, I made a bit of a jitter, but he just clobbered me. Again, I think that's netcode not being very generous. And unfortunately, that also would give me a drive-through penalty for too many incidents. I have to come through and serve that. Meanwhile, you might be thinking, how are the GT3s doing? Well, at any given turn, there's someone having a moment. This guy gets a classic snap oversteer in the Audi. Here I am exiting the pit lane. This GT3 was ahead of me, technically by the exit line, but he yields to me. Thankful for that, he didn't have to. On board Chris Cable coming to the Andretti hairpin. We have 3 GT3s exiting the pit lane to his left. He's charging through. He has an LMP on his rear. I mean, he's got pressure to push forward here, but you can't make a gap like that. I mean, he was going to force 3 wide into the next turn. Look at this blimp camera. That means he was ejected, disqualified from the race on contact. You get straight up booted out if you exceed the incident point count. On board my LMP2 charging up through. See Aubrey to my left here. He has some damage on the left rear. So he's just falling backwards and would have to retire. Probably a drivetrain issue. With just a few laps to go, I am 1 incident point away from being disqualified. Any tire out wide, any car contact, and I too will be kicked to blimper camera and removed from the race. And here, I think this is the 4th lap to go, and the leaders, LMP 1 through 3, are right behind me. Justin leading from Miles, from Michael. You can hear this Mercedes in front of me. I just decide to tuck him behind him, yield this inside line, and let the 3 leaders pass on through. And these boys, are locked in a fight. I don't have the pass available to show you or what happened with Justin, but he did fall back to third. So now it's Miles, Day, and Justin there. I can't believe how small they look compared to the BMW. It's so cartoonish. But they're charging through the infamous turn 6. Onboard Justin, up the Rahal straight, down through the corkscrew, into the rainy curve. This is the second to last lap. And here we go, last lap. Switching on board Justin. Oh no, they catch GT3 traffic on the last lap. Day gets a tire lockup, goes wide. Both cars scooting around on used up tire. It's been 45 minutes. Miles and Justin are looking for any kind of move to pull on Day. Day breaks out wide. They go 3 wide, now 2. Miles thinks this is the time to take the apex. Day swings back across as the GT3 gets in the way. Justin plows over Miles and gets hit from behind. Justin's got broken steering. Heading up the Rahal straight, he can barely keep it going. Here it is from the TV camera. This blue Porsche GT3 AM car gets in the way. He needed to just pull off to the side. He's not even racing for position amongst those other GT3 cars. You see Day get kicked to blimper camera. He's been disqualified. Let's switch to Day's onboard. Here we can see that GT3 traffic. He has to lift a little bit on third gear. That's why Miles is able to get a better run, steal that inside line. And this Porsche was not anticipating 3 wide into turn 6, and there's Day from the blimp. Going to Miles' onboard here, you can see him get pushed. He's almost flipped onto his roof. But boys, the chase is on to the line. We know Justin has damage, but how much? I think Miles, he knows he has him under braking easily. Wow, look at the gain he made. Coming through the corkscrew, the rainy curve. Justin's all over the place. Oh, and is that a block? Is that a block on the inside line? Let's watch this sequence again from Justin's wing camera. Looking back, I think Miles, he kept screwing up apexes. He needs to make Justin scamper around a little bit, go left, right. He can see that Justin's having steering issues. Again, Miles makes a mistake at apex. And he thinks he wants to take the inside, runs into the back of Justin. We'll switch to Justin's onboard again to see what this looks like. Look how broken this steering is. Going into corkscrew. Let's watch the steering inputs. I mean, he is just sawing this thing left, right. Yeah, I mean, he's holding that inside line, but Miles has a stable car. He could have swooped to the outside and swung it around. One more shot for Miles. Apex exit. He spins up the rears. That's it. He won't be able to beat Justin to the line. There you go. Unreal. Pretty crazy last lap around Laguna Seca. So Justin Hall crossed the line there. He would finish ahead of me for position, so I came 6th in class, 7th overall. There I am in the background. But more importantly, with like 20 minutes to go and 1 incident point left, I was able to finish Laguna Seca. Off to Mosport next week.